Hi, I'm Pat Iyer, and I am so pleased to be able to introduce you to Annie Gough, who is one of the speakers at our October 26, 27, 28, 2023 LNC Success online conference. That's quite a mouthful. Annie came to my attention when one of my LNC colleagues told me about her book. Annie, could you hold your book up for a minute there? It's called Injury Illustrated, and it is a fascinating collection of medical illustrations and stories about people that Annie has put together as a medical illustrator. I had the pleasure of meeting Annie in the AALNC conference this year, 2023, and looked at her book on the table and said, "Oh, I love that book." And I bought a copy of it for one of my attorney clients. Annie's going to be speaking at our conference, and I wanted you to have a chance to hear what she has to say and get a taste of what she's going to present at the conference.
Thank you, Pat. It was such a joy meeting you at the AALNC, and I look forward to speaking to everyone in October. I'm going to give you a little taste of what I'm going to be talking about. The title of my presentation is Medical Illustration and How It Simplifies Your Job. So as an LNC, how can pictures help simplify your job? So let's think about what your job is. Obviously, to review a sometimes voluminous medical record, to summarize it, perhaps to teach a jury, but really one of the most important things of your job is to teach the attorney. And sometimes teaching the attorney is just as hard as teaching anyone else. So I'm going to show you some images of just kind of what I'm going to present. Let me share my screen. For example, all right, so if you're going to be testifying or teaching your attorney, which you're going to teach your attorney everything first, but if you have the normal anatomy available on screen, you sound like the expert. This is your time to teach what is the normal anatomy. What is the calf? What is the long bone in your leg? You know, what is a femur? Do you need to use the technical terminology or not? And then you can show the injury. Sometimes if you set the stage well enough, when you show the injury, there's not a lot you need to say, but everything that you need to say is here. And now your jury is engaged. Your audience is engaged. Also, let's talk about something that's basic to us. So as a medical illustrator, as an LNC, a chest x-ray can be very simple, but teaching a chest x-ray to an attorney may be difficult. So through a series of slides, you can layer on the anatomy and be able to go back and forth and talk about the air in the windpipe, what the lungs are, and where all of that vasculature is coming from the heart and pulmonary vessels. So this is another way where a medical illustration can help you teach your attorney. This is also great with a jury. Another example would be a voluminous medical record. You guys get it, I get it. Thousands of pages of records come from the attorney. And it's like, okay, where do we start? So there's also usually sometimes multiple dozens and dozens of radiology studies. So this is where medical illustrations can help you simplify your job. You can orient your radiology scans to an actual body. You can go even cellular if you want to get down deep. And I'm going to hopefully be able to present this case to you, this entire case about a bladder cancer that spread throughout the body. And for many, many weeks, actually several years, this man went through so much treatment. And it was critical for me to have an LNC help me with the records so that I could show them accurately and we could walk through his entire treatment until and as the cancer spread. And if you're testifying about this and you have the picture, it can help give you cues. Oh yes, the left kidney, and then it was in the liver, and then it was here, and it can help you prompt everything you've learned from the medical record. So in addition to this, I'll be talking about tips and tricks where you can embed and incorporate really complex details that you're going to have to speak about on the stand into your illustrations so that you kind of have a prompt or it's a little bit easier to teach. So like, for example, you can use a grid over anatomy to help remember a pathology report or the size of something. And also literal sizes and measurements of things. This is a case that is actually active. By the time we talk in October, hopefully I'll be able to talk to you about the ear case, which was a pediatric ear, which makes the sizing even more important.
Thank you for that taste of what you've been able to do. I feel that the people who are attending the conference and listening to you are going to get caught up in the stories and wanting to know what the issues were, and will be fascinated by how you use your skill as a medical illustrator to pull that all together to show the jury words don't convey what images can, and that is your skill, Annie.
Yes. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, the medical chronology, if it can be visualized through a series of slides, that's worth millions of words. And when your audience is engaged, it makes it easier to speak and to teach in front of them.
Be sure to sign up for this conference coming up October 26, 27, 28, 2023. Use the link right below this video, which is lnc.tips/October 2023 virtual. You'll have a chance to meet Annie and learn even more about how a medical illustrator and a legal nurse consultant can work together to make those pictures worth 1,000 words, but in the attorney's world, that might be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yes. Yes.
And
it adds great value to the client.
Yes, it certainly does add great value. Mm-hmm. So be sure to come and join us at the conference, and we'll see you there.
Great. Thank you, Pat.